Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Shahonda. I visited your platform before. I visited your live before. How are you? Hello, Taranza Ackridge. How are you? Hey, Mr. Carruthers. Good morning, handsome. Queen, the Queen Diva is in the house. Good morning, good morning. It was so nice, I had to come back and do it twice, but this is not a open battle. But I had to come back on live this morning to talk about a few things. Hey, Reese's, how are you? Mixologist Plus. Some of us just came over from Butterfly Pretty Stay Fly morning coffee chat. Nice environment. Just shooting the breeze, having coffee together. Hey, Tiff Love, how are you? So we were over there. We gonna let this play out a little more while I prepare myself. I'm not coming on camera, but believe it or not, the girl got her hair did and everything. I just don't feel like coming on camera. And Diva told me, I'm gonna throw her under the bus again. If I come on camera again with my t-shirts, and she know I love my A shirts, she know I just love them, and my shorts, but she don't want me to wear them. So I don't know. I have on my t-shirt, so I'm not coming on camera because Diva don't like it, and I love it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everyone is having a blessed morning. Thanks for joining me. You guys, please don't forget to hit that like button, please. The like button is very important in getting me in the algorithm. Now, a few things I want to talk about this morning. Thank you, Andrea, for being here. One of them is this. I have a conscience, and and sometimes I think when I come on here and drop the F-bombs and cuss and get all upset, I have a little erratic behavior. I'm convicted, and I don't like to drop the F-bomb and get myself so upset. But I have a thing for bullying, you guys. Bullying, I hate people to be bullied. That's just something I hate. I normally tend to lean towards the underdog when something is happening. Not all the time that is right, but I think I'm just a real compassionate person, and I feel for people that I see getting bullied on here, especially when it's really getting to someone mental and physical well-being. I tend to get upset. And like Andrea was saying yesterday, that means we all are kind of invested in some form or fashion. I just have a real problem when I hear someone cry and people are just dragging and bullying them, and they call it entertainment. And I know we all have our times and turns on here, and it doesn't matter if you're doing something good or you had good intentions or bad or indifferent to what people believe. You're going to get dragged. That's just how it is. You're going to have your turn. But I am a soft person when it comes to that. And I felt really bad for the young lady that I talked about yesterday. So I came on dropping F-bombs because I want people to really know where I stand, that I will continue to stand by myself, do what I want, say what I want. And it's never going to bother me what people think of me on YouTube in this virtual world, but it can get to us sometime. And so I apologize for the F-bombs that I dropped, but I meant every word that I said. I just don't like the way I presented it with the F-bombs, but charge it to my head and not to my heart. But that did tug at my heart, what was happening with the young lady Terry P. So I made it be known my way. I hate bullies, and I think these people use a lot of bully tactics. And when they find out that you're kind of weak, then it gets worse. So that's why I just wanted to apologize for that because it bothered me. And that's enough of it. It is what I am. It is what it is, and I am who I am. I'm not perfect. And I'll let you know that. And I want to say Butterfly. Don't worry about it. You don't have to keep apologizing, sweetheart. I got you. It's all good. See, Andrea is saying she don't like she don't like my hair wrap. I can't please everybody. You know, that's how she met me with my hair wrapped up. Sorry. That's why I don't read the chat. She hates my head wrap, but that's how she met me, and my hair is in the head wrap now. But anywho, Butterfly, don't worry about it. We still good. We gonna always be good until we decide not to be good. Okay. But you know, we just have a certain decorum over here, and that's what I like to stick by. It gives me more control. And when I say that, not control over adults, but control on what I'm putting out there and how I'm presenting myself and my brand, how I'm representing myself and my brand. So, Butterfly, we're good. Now, I do a lot of cross support, and I always believed in cross supporting, because I want to help people get on. Now, I'm not in this game to make money. I told you I was here to inspire, uplift, encourage, mentor, educate, inform, and turn dust into diamonds. I stick with that. That's my mantra. That's who I am, what I'm here for. So I'm not making a lot of money, but other content creators want to get on, and they know that they can be monetized. So we need to try to help support them. You may not always like what a content creator is saying, and sometimes it's hard to support people you just can't get into. However, it's never going to hurt you to subscribe to help somebody get to their 1,000. So with that being said, I do believe in cross support, and I just wanted to name a few people before I get into my other stuff, the mess. BB Nice, she has her own channel. She supports me, and I support her as well, and I enjoy her channel. Butterfly Pretty Stay Fly, she on her road to 1,000. Get over there if you can, you all, and just subscribe. Binge Thinker doesn't come on, but she's one of my gemologists. She has her own channel. I think she's going to get into doing some lives or uploads soon. And of course, we have Monty the Mixologist Plus now, formerly Miss Monty, my virtue daughter. The boss's channel, I told you, sometimes is not the person who's delivering the message, but is the message. She drops a lot of gems over there. You guys, you need to take a look at it, because it is helping. The gems that she dropped is very helpful to a lot of people, especially when it comes to getting to the bag. Getting to the bag. She knows how to do that. The old lady gang is old lady gang. That's Tita Talks and Miss Melissa. They will have you cracking up. They're not into this mess, but they comment on it. It's commentary. They do commentary, but they normally vlog and just sit there and chat. And last but not least, myself, make sure you subscribe to me, and you hit that like button and share if you feel necessary to do so, if you feel necessary. Now, I want to thank the people who joined my platform yesterday. I had a great live, and I think we made somewhat of some resolutions with some people here. And I enjoyed that. I was on for 3.5 hours. That was long, but I was pushing it because I thought we was getting resolutions. I enjoyed Sir King, as well as the Miss O. Jay Dunn popped up there, and of course, Andrea. So, and I apologize to the lady who didn't get a chance to speak when she jumped on the platform. I wanted to give Miss O the opportunity to continue talking. So the lady fell off and she never came back up. But with that being said, you guys, when I spoke to her behind the scenes, in reference to, how I put up the protector and I speak to her, I never recognized that lady. I've never seen her. I don't know if it was a troll about to come on and say something wild, and because she didn't get her chance right away, she dropped off. If that was the case, then good, because we didn't want that mess over here. We don't want that mess over. Today is just a little chat. Just a little chat. Is nothing big. I just wanted to come on again to apologize. And that's all I'm doing, is apologizing. And the rest is just a little chat. We don't always. Can you give the spelling of the channels? Oh Lord, I'm gonna have to get binge, baby, because loyal I am. Thank you so much. That's is a lot. Butterfly, drop your channel in there if you can. and the rest of the people have to fend for themselves. Or this is what I'll do. I'll put it on my community wall. I'll grab all the links and put it on my community wall. Okay, loyal I am. And thank you for joining me. I think you're a new subscriber here, or perhaps is another name or something you're using, but thank you. I've seen you a couple of times now, and I appreciate your support. You guys, so with that being said, when I say something, I mean it. I'm not taking anything back. I'm standing on what I mean. Sometimes, like I said, I just don't like the way I present something, and that's where the conviction coming at, But besides that, I mean what I say. I can't stand people to be bullied. It hurts my heart. And to be ganged up on. And really, in most cases, you haven't done anything to some of these people. They're just following along, and that bothers me. And so I get a little sensitive about that. No one asked me to come down here and make commentary, but remember, we all are commentary. What goes on my channel or said on my channel, people could make 100 videos about. It is what it is over here. And I don't like to get too deep in the mess, but when I feel for someone, I feel compassionate about something, or compassionate about a situation, or passionate, both of them, then I'm compelled to say something. I feel compelled to say something, and that's what I did yesterday on that young lady's behalf, and for what I seen, because I see something different sometimes. You got to look a little deeper, and let's keep this in mind. When we see people just up and change or do something different, something could be going on with them in their real life, and we never know. And maybe they just coming on here for some relief, or just, when they comfortable, they coming on here to laugh and get involved, engage in stuff like that. So we have to keep that in mind. Everyone is not a drunk. Everyone is not a druggie. Everyone is not some type of bad person. They're just here like everyone else is, and we need to respect that and realize that, before we start calling names. And then some of us do. Everything is not face value. Exactly. Good morning, Star. And then we do have to realize that people do drink. It's okay to have wine. It's okay to have a drink. People smoke weed. People drink. They snort coke. They do whatever they desire to do. That's not our business. It's just not our business. And yes, sometimes people can become intoxicated and come on here and start to rattling or do different things. But if that's not the norm for them, oh hell, let them have a good time. I don't support a lot of things, but I'm here like everyone else, just looking. I'm just looking. That's all I'm doing, looking. But I have my own perspective, and that's what I do. Come down here and talk about my own perspective. Now, I have a lot to say about everything. I just wanted to say that. But I do want, this is not going to be a very long live. I do want you to know that we're still doing the investment thing. And I have my researcher researching stock, which is Mixologist Plus. Now, she's giving us a stock. Remember, her nor I are financial advisor or investment advisors. The only thing we doing, we are researching stocks that's cheap, that we know that probably will be lucrative in the end if we invest in it now. And so Miss Monty has a new one up. She said, invest in NAKD if you can. 23% gain today, only $2 a share. Now, you can't miss $2. So if you buy 5 shares and it's at $2, now I told you I bought that doggy coin because everybody was talking about that little doggy coin, and I think it may be a pump and dump, Miss Monty. And what I mean by that, I think they pumping up the stock for people to buy it, and then they will dump it after they make money off of it, make big profits off of it. Because remember, we're just buying a share, 5 shares. Investors, big investors, are buying $1 million worth of share. So they go really hit big when it hits. But still, if you have 100% or more of a come up, uh, that's it. That's it. It's worth the money you paid. I paid $15 for my little doggy coin. Right now, my little doggy coin is paying back $150. I only paid $15 for it. It was 2 cents. My son purchased it after he told me to purchase it. He purchased it for 5 cents. So I have more shares than my son, and he can't understand. He spent more money, but he purchased it at a higher price. I paid I paid 2 cents. He paid 5 cents. That's a hell of a difference. I have a lot more shares than he does. So, they did it. So that's what it is. If it's $2, you guys, and we just trying to learn something and we want to play around with it, and you have an extra $10, go buy $5 worth of this share. Research it. Research it first. Monty is doing a disclaimer, and so am I. We're not financial advisors. We're not even investors like that. We're just reading and we researching and we telling you why we purchased it. Andrea. Okay. Hold on, Dre. Okay. So that's the only thing we doing. And it's your job to go research. Hey, BB Nice. What's going on, baby girl? Reese's Zoom is a good stock as well. It's up 20% and growing. Is for your pets well-being. Oh, okay. And people big on pets. Monty, did you hear that one? Maybe you could research that. I will. Is Zoom. That's what Reese said is Zoom. But just think of this, you guys. Some of you buy Starbucks coffee, right? Starbucks coffee could be $5. I think I used to buy a $5 frappuccino, cappuccino, or whatever. That's $5. If it's $2 a share, that's 2 shares you could buy out of $5. If you did that times 10, times 5 days, that's 10 shares you could have for $2. Now, that share may hit $100 a share. I'm waiting for Doggy Coin. Doggy Coin may not hit the $100 or even the dollar mark this year, but in years to come. These people do prediction for years to come. I told you 5 and 10 and 20 years is when you'll see the best return and a profit of any stock that you purchase, unless you do a stock option and it hits big and you make out. But these are long-term stocks. So Monty, she did some research on some stocks that Dr. Cat sent us. And now, Monty, I don't know what you thought about the NEO, but the NEO is a big stock too. And it's cheap. And that's an alternative to Tesla. I think the car maker Tesla. So it must be one of those electric cars, I believe. And that stock, they say, is due to perform quite well. So if it's low, why wouldn't we buy it? Why wouldn't we just take a chance? What are we really losing? We're not really losing anything. If you did $10, hey, baby girl, if you invested $10 and you lose, it's just $10. We lose that a day. We lose more than that in the days. I don't know. In a day, I lose more than that sometimes on some of my bad habits. My bad habit. I pay about $7. So, it is what it is. You have to take a chance. Stocks are risk. That's what they are. Stocks are a risk, but you have to take a risk sometimes. These people didn't start out investing billions. They climbed the ladder, and now they're able to invest billions. They learned the game and they have the money. So if my little $2 stock hits $1, remember I have 2,000 and something shares in that at $1. Bingo, I hit big, and all I did was pay $15 for it. So if you really want to take a chance, you can go look at penny stocks and you can invest $10 a week. Maybe $10, and you just want to try out a penny stock or something, So it's important, you guys, that we try to create generational wealth, and stocks is one of them. And, creating businesses. It's so many businesses that we could create right here on YouTube. YouTube is a business. You have people who have businesses and they are on YouTube. You know, now do they get the support that they really desire to get off of YouTube? You know, in reference to, do they make big sales on YouTube as if their product was on a shelf at a Walmart, a Target, or another store, you know, where it would sell in large volumes? We don't know. But we do know you have to crawl before you walk. I've never seen a baby just come out walking. And that's a business. You have to crawl before you walk. Some return is better than no return. Some return is better than no return. Like I said, even if I traded and took my $150, hey, I only paid $15 for it, you know, and it is what it is. So don't be afraid, you guys. Just don't be afraid. You know, it is what it is. We have to get out there and try. Hold on, this lady is asking me, can she speak with me? Yes, you could speak with me. What is it in reference to? Sure, love, you could speak with me. What's up? You know, but yeah, don't worry about it. And people come on here, and I told you there are people right here on YouTube that will help you understand stocks, and they'll help you understand it in a layman's term. Now, some lingo they speak I don't understand, and I write them and let them know, hey, can you explain it more to me? Can you explain it more to me? What do you mean by this? How do I know when it's time to buy and trade? How do I read? You know, they have the graph out. I don't know a thing about reading the graph, but the graph will tell you when to buy and when to trade. But because I don't fully understand it, I'm just holding my stocks until I see them get big, and then I'll trade. And right now, they're not big. Even if I lost, I only lost $15 on doggy stuff. Black support. Okay, give me a minute, honey, and I'll drop the link. Um, even if I lose, I would only lose $15. That's all, and that's nothing big. Like I said, I blow $15 at bingo at the casino, so it's nothing big to me. So if you have a couple of dollars that you could spare, when we tell you about these stocks and why we are supporting them or why we taking a look at them, do your own research. Do your own research. You know, so that's all I could say. Don't say Miss T said this, Monty said this. Go do your own research and find out for yourself. We're just here providing some information, some jewels you could use. You could either pick them up or leave them laying down. That's your choice. We're not saying we are investors, big time investors. We're just trying like everyone else, you know. But you got to remember, nothing beat a failure about it but a try. Just do what you could do. Tanya, you want to speak to me as far as coming on a platform about investments? Is that what you telling me? Black support? Tanya, do you visit my platform quite often or often? Monty, you want to come up, or if you have time to come up, but I'll drop the link. Now listen, I hope you I don't, let me see. Hold on. You was here yesterday? Okay. Okay, hold on, honey. Give me a minute. Okay, I dropped the link. Mm-hmm. But if anyone have information, I know Angela. Angela, I see you here. I know you had some questions about it. Again, I put two videos up, 2 or 3 videos that explain it to you a little more, Angela, because I know you and Taylor. Taylor not here, but I know Taylor was concerned. Thank you. Thank you. I did drop the StreamYard for you, Tanya. Uh, hello.
Hello. Can you
Hello.
hear?
How are you,
Good
Tanya?
morning.
I can hear you. Thanks for joining me. I have that
Good
same
morning.
moo.
Oh, okay.
I wore it yesterday. That's one of my favorite moo, girl. I wore it yesterday.
That's all I wear is dashikis pretty much.
Okay. Hey, what's up?
So,
Thank you for joining me. What would you like to
nothing.
add to the convo?
Well, I just wanted to share. Unfortunately, my purpose for coming up here got derailed, but I'm glad to hear you speaking on this. Because when I first started to my YouTube channel, I wanted to teach about finances.
Hmm.
And I wanted to teach people about how to create multiple streams of income. But somewhere or another, I got derailed. So you seem to be very strong and caught up in the mess. But I'm glad that you're sharing that. And not only that, I'm just reviewing. I'm, in the sky and looking at several, black YouTubers or whatever. And
Hmm.
like Lex is covering right now the black women that came up missing in Jamaica. So I want to say I appreciate you and your channel that
Thank you.
you're not with the mess and you're trying to do something to move us forward. With me, I have allowed people to take me out of character, unfortunately, and you lose focus, in which my goal was to come up here and to help or reach, as I would say, reach back or share what you've been, taught in life.
You
But
can still do that. You can still do that. Let me tell you something.
too much.
Listen, I
I got
don't
health
know you.
issues.
I don't. Oh, you have health issues. Well, we gonna pray for your welfare, your
Yeah.
well-being. Um, you know what? Everyone has a voice on here. And I know sometimes things stunt our voice. I know that. And I know sometimes we may get caught up. Now, I don't know your situation and I don't want to elaborate on it, but I do want you to know is to keep pressing forward. We're not everyone's cup of tea. So
I'm
everyone will,
Shireen Reed.
oh, well, I don't, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. What does that mean? But okay. Okay.
I'm I'm
Whatever.
the I'm the lady that had the incident with.
It's
Okay.
okay. It's okay.
Okay.
That's neither here or there. I'm not in that.
Thank
So I'm not going to allow that here. I'm not in it. You asked me to
Okay.
come up here so we could talk about business. So let's talk about that and let's stay on the topic of
Exactly.
business. So if you have an ideal or you know how to create multiple streams of income, stick to what you know. And
Mhm.
everyone is not going to receive you because you say you were in mess. That's okay because
Mhm.
those are people like me who really don't care. I'm not in it. So it doesn't
Mhm.
affect me one way or the other. I'm just here for the information that you could provide. So what can you provide us with today that you know that will help us generate more, income? You have something? Let's talk
Well,
about it.
I heard you mentioning something about stocks, and I don't know if you know about Forex.
I don't. I don't,
Okay.
Tanya, and I want to learn that because um, the boss's channel was trying to tell me about forex, but I didn't research it. But now that you say it, I'm going to research it. I'm writing it down. I'm going to research it. Monty, hold on, Monty. Let's research forex, okay, baby. So that's the lady who helps me. That's my virtual daughter. So what about
Okay.
forex?
It's a different form of pretty much like trading in stocks, and I'm just getting into the classes now. My godmother now they actually teach people how to do it, and you can even start your kids investing as well. So she's teaching my daughter who is 18, well now 19.
Mm-hmm.
Um, So they also encourage you to start them as teens, so by the time they reach a certain point, they'll have money if they want to use it toward college or down payment on a house, whatever it may be. And then when you were just talking about reading the graphs for the stock market, um, right now during this pandemic, which is unfortunate, is that people are becoming billionaires. The rich, they're making more money
Yep.
because the stocks have dropped. And
Mm-hmm.
when we're the best time to buy stocks is when you're in a bear market. And so we're in a
Right.
bear market.
So
When
explain the
you're in
bear
a
market. Explain the bear market to us, Shireen. If you know about it, explain it, please.
Okay, the bear market is pretty much like when you have inflation and
Mm-hmm.
the economy is not really thriving, so the stocks would drop. Some stocks even they start selling off or whatever it may
Yep.
be. So that is the time where the people that may not have as much money can go in and buy up a lot
Mm-hmm.
of stocks because it's much
Yep.
cheaper. But then when it goes back up and it's a bull market, that's when it's not affordable.
Okay.
And the average
Okay.
person can't get in on stocks once it's in the bull market.
Ah, that's what I okay, that's what I thought. And then I
Hmm.
thought with this AMC and this GameStop is and I think Doggy Coin may be more of a pump and dump too. They pumping
Hmm.
it up, people are buying it, at low price, and then they're gonna dump it. And
Right.
so, like I was saying, Monty and I are learning together, and you, thanks for you adding to it, because we do need someone to kind of help us. And I'm trying to get people over here to help us out, you
Hmm.
know. So we need to start to invest some kind of way. We have all this money laying around, and
Hmm.
we could be investing a lot of it, like on the new shoes that I have or you have that's not being worn, and new clothes, how we run out and all that. And so we need to learn how to invest so we can create generational wealth the same way they
Yes.
did. Somebody had to
Yeah.
teach these billionaires and millionaires, even though a lot of them are born with silver spoons. But we also could let our grandchildren and great grandchildren be born with silver spoons if we learn and and invest. And that's just a fact. And a lot of them have done it by investments. And you're right
Right.
about that. And is it right?
Right.
And you should buy, like you said, when is the bear market. And they said, I heard those guys also say, so I know you're on the right track, that is the best time to buy stock.
Hmm.
So I got that.
Yeah.
I got that. So
And then another form of creating generational wealth is whole life insurance.
yeah.
Uh, if you invest in whole life insurance, the younger you can invest, the better it is. Um, I learned from this lady who used to supervise me. It was a white lady. I was in my 20s at that time. She was in her 50s. And she told me the only reason she comes to work is to pay for her kids' retirement. So that threw me
Mm,
off. I said, "You mean to pay for their college?" She was like, "No, their retirement." So pretty much through doing that whole life insurance, by
mhm,
the time her
mhm.
kids graduated from college, they had left their homes to their kids, and she and her husband retired in Hawaii. So number one, they didn't have to buy a house. And number two, their parents have already started their retirement fund.
I could believe
So that's
that.
why we're on different levels as Black people. And that's why I get frustrated when you do try to reach out to us and we get it seems almost what my experience has been here, like people are looking, oh, you think you better, you this or whatever. No. I've been sharing that with different people is that I got where I'm at is because other people took time to sit down and teach me. And I
Mhm,
humbled myself. I didn't feel
mhm.
like they were any better than me or whatever. I felt like, okay, if you evidently you're doing something, you're doing it. So I want
Right.
you to teach me how to get there. So I don't
Mhm,
understand the mindset, but anyhow, um, so that's the first time I was introduced to that. And then I started going to like networking events, like with Indians. A friend of mine was from New Delhi. And I was trying
Mm.
to understand, like, how do they come over to this country and they have this like type of wealth and the money that they spend on these weddings and stuff. And a lot of them broke it down, and that's what they've been doing. Even with the Asians, that's how they're opening up their nail shops and things like that. Because after
How,
a while,
Shireen? How?
mhm,
How?
because
How? Let me know, because I often wonder. I thought they get a grant. Go ahead.
they will get a grant, but also what they know to do is to invest in the whole life insurance policies. So let's say
Really?
if you invest in one that's 500,000, and let's say the more you put into it, okay, let's say if you did it for your child and they're in their 20s, you
Mhm.
could tell your child to match what you're putting in it, because the more you put it in, it increases. It's a
Mhm.
tax shelter. That's the thing. A lot of black people don't
Oh,
know how to. That's what white people are good at, not paying taxes
yep.
and being rich.
Exactly.
So with
Oh.
whole life, if you want to borrow that money or take it
Mhm.
out, you don't have to pay taxes on it. So if someone
Really?
wanted to take out $20,000, let's say, to put down a down payment on a home or to start a business, you can
Mhm.
do that and you don't have to pay taxes on it.
Really?
So the
I
goal
didn't
is
know.
always to keep a tax shelter. My godparents, they're very wealthy. They don't have any kids or anything. They have godchildren. I'm one of them. And what they do is they set up a trust fund, like with the Kennedy, whoever the same group that the Kennedys have their trust fund set up with.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
And what they do is put everything in a trust fund, and then they create a company like a LLC with that trust fund, what they put in the trust, and then
Mhm.
they sue themselves.
They
And
sue
so
themselves?
yes, so when
Okay.
you sue yourself, then what that means, there's a judgment against what's in there,
Uh-huh.
meaning that it looks like they don't have any money on paper.
Damn, it's like a scam then.
No, it's not a scam. It's how you
You
protect your
sue
money.
yourself.
Tax shelter.
Tax shelters. Okay. See,
That's the biggest
people.
thing that white people understand
Yep,
how to
you
do,
right.
like Trump, is to be billionaires but not pay taxes.
Yeah, now you right about that. And you
Mhm.
often wonder how they get away with it. So you
Right,
saying create, okay, so you saying investing in a whole life insurance and whole life
right,
insurance, you can
hmm
take the money out of that insurance, right?
right. Over
Wow, and use
time.
it over time.
Yeah,
So,
the more you put into it,
uh-huh.
to build it faster, because they're investing it in the market.
Wow.
Another thing I started trying to tell people too when I first came on is that if you have 401ks, or if you have like,
Uh-huh.
IRAs, when you do, always, the best way I can describe is when they have that pie chart, and like it's you put a percentage in the aggressive market or the
Right.
non-aggressive market.
Hmm.
A lot of people to start putting more of that percentage into gold and metals.
Okay.
Um, Also, with the cannabis becoming a big business as well.
Hmm.
Any companies that are on the come up that you see that have like CBD lines or
Hmm.
edibles and things like that, and you can even look at trade and buying stock in Canada as well. But out of everything, the biggest thing you need to know is that what white people have mastered is how to shelter themselves, to look
Yeah.
broke on paper. So when people see like Trump filed bankruptcy
Wow.
4 times, when people see that you file bankruptcy, they think that means poor. That's why
Poor,
when you look
right.
at a lot of these wealthy people, like let's say your Tony Braxtons or whatever, they file
Hmm.
bankruptcy. You're like, well, how are you still living in a two, three, $4 million house?
Right.
Because what that does is it clean your slate, and the companies do that all the time. And then they can
Hmm.
start off fresh with brand new credit, with brand new everything, because
Yep.
it looks like you don't have any debt on
Now
paper.
I agree with that, Shireen. because I was wondering about how these. I used to work around a lot of Caucasians in the last one of the states I did, and I was wondering how these people was filing bankruptcy and building these big
Mhm.
homes and still drove their car.
Right.
So a lady I
Yeah.
used to work with me, God rest her soul, she told me basically it was a scam. Well, it was a
I
scam.
understand.
Well, basically that's what it. She said if you file bankruptcy, she said your slate is clean. And then I noticed when a lot of minorities started doing it, they changed it.
Changed
They
it. Yeah.
changed the
That's
laws.
when Bush.
Remember from
Yeah,
13
when
to
Bush
7 and
came
all
in,
that.
he changed it.
So
Yeah.
she said when we filed bankruptcy, because she built a brand new house. I said, but you just filed bankruptcy like a year or two.
Hmm.
She said, yeah, I know, but I have a clean slate now. And one thing about in certain chapters of bankruptcy, they can't take your house and they can't take your
Right.
car. And so she
Exactly.
showed me, and a few of them was
They're
doing
different
that.
chapters. Yeah.
Yeah, a few of them was
Mhm.
doing that. So I feel you, and I'm in agreement with what you say. It is a way of getting over, basically.
A lot of companies do that.
Yeah.
And I also learned a lot because my ex-husband, but we're still best friends. We've
Hmm.
been with each other pretty much over 20 years. He's a CFO, Chief Financial Officer for government contractors in the DC area.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's another thing a lot of people need to understand. If you're a veteran or if you're a black female or some type of
Yep.
minority, there's 20% that they have to set aside for you to
Yep.
bid on government contracts. So there are many black women in this area. When I say these women have their own government contracts, I'm saying they're paying themselves like 500,000. That's their salary. That's not including their
Exactly.
that's not including their bonuses. And
Yep.
then so what happens is after 5 years, and I have some friends from El Salvador that did the same thing as well. After 5 years, you graduate from what they call the 8A business. Once you
Uh-huh.
graduate from that, many of these people sell their companies off. Let's say you sell your company off for like $8 million.
Mm.
They take that $8 million and they just start another one and they create a new company and they can go back and bid again under that 20% that's set aside. So they don't have to compete with your Lockheed Martins and your Northrop
Mm-hmm.
Grumman's or whatever,
Uh-huh.
you know. And that's what they do. And they just keep doing it every 5 years.
Wow. Yeah. You have
Hmm.
to know how to play the game. I
But
remember.
what's crazy about it, so many of them are foreigners. A lot of companies that my ex-husband worked for, he worked for the lady from El Salvador. He worked for this guy that was Asian and one that was Indian, and also some from Pakistan.
Mhm.
They're over here getting government contracts. We are paying
Right.
taxes and we're living here as citizens. They can come over here and they understand how to go and bid and get those contracts, and they're making
Mm.
millions.
So let me ask you a question because you are dropping some jewels, and I'm in agreement with a lot that you are saying. Like I said, I didn't know about the forex, but when it comes to this business, I knew a little bit about how they getting by. I just didn't know the ins and out like you sharing with me with us today. So the
Mhm.
information is very welcome over here. I appreciate you, Tanya, for sharing that with us. And so, what do you think that you can offer as far as helping people getting established or giving people knowledge? What do you think you can offer our community? Don't worry about the
Um,
past, focus on the future.
I mean, I could set up like I could reach out to my godmother and set up like Zoom meetings or whatever, and she could
Mm-hmm.
share. But what my ex-husband and I used to do before all of this stuff happened, we used to have financial networks where we would have black business owners and
Uh-huh.
especially CPAs that will come in and teach you. Like, for example, our CPA makes 250,000 a year, and that's what she makes.
Uh-huh.
They teach you how, once again, the tax shelter.
It's
You
tax
write
shelters.
how to write everything off, even if you create an LLC, how to write your house off, how to write a percentage of your utilities off, just those different things. And so the I'm gonna tell you the biggest thing is learning the tax shelter. Once you can learn that, you can really start learning how to save more money, and then you can do more because you have more money instead of
Wow.
putting a lot of money into
Yeah.
taxes.
Yeah.
So,
I hear that. So
but
that's what
yeah,
good, Tanya. I mean, I really appreciate that you came up on the platform to help a sister out because I think there's a lot of things that we need to know. And because of our ignorance to investments and different how to create different streams of revenue, it hinders us. And see,
it
that's why
does.
they are so ahead of us, like the foreign people and the Caucasian, is because we don't take a minute to learn. And I always
Exactly.
say, it's not the messenger, it's the message. So it
Right.
doesn't matter whether you bring the message. I may not like you, and I'm just saying hypothetically, I may not like you, but the message that you brought was so powerful and was so useful and so helpful. I
Mhm.
utilized it. That's what I'm there for. So,
Mhm.
like I said, keep doing your thing. I really
Mhm.
appreciate you today, coming on and share this because you're right. It's all about tax shelters. It's all
Mhm.
about ways to create different streams of revenue. And that's what we're working on over here. You
Right.
know, that's what we're working on over here. I want to see us all win and do better.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
do. It's important. It's
I
important.
do too. I
Yeah, we
really
have
do
to, you
too.
guys, we have to win. There's so many forces against us. We have to win, or at least try to win.
Mm.
And in order for us to win, sometimes, well, in a lot of cases, I say this quite often, network means net worth. That's a
Mhm.
fact. Sometimes we have to network to get our net worth up,
Yeah.
and you can't be afraid to branch out there. I like I said, I'm an open person. I like to hear people ideas. I know a lot of people are smarter than me when it comes to finance. I know what works for me, my budget and stuff, how to budget, how to invest, how to
Mhm.
save and how to make a buck. I know how to do that, but I'm not too up on finance. And I always tell people I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just
Right.
telling you. But it seems
Right.
like you know quite a bit. It seems
Right.
like you know quite a bit, and someone have taught you. Like you said, we have to take
Yeah.
time to teach our children. um
Mhm.
they need to have finance class for our kids, but they're not going to
Right.
do that because they don't want us to win, and that's a fact. They don't want us to win, so they're not going to
Mhm.
sit down and have finance classes for our babies. They go teach them about some broken up bullshit history, but not how
Right.
to get to the money to help them
Right.
grow and gain generational wealth.
And what our community, what we have to understand with our community is that, let's say, like, if you go to school, you get a college degree, or you have this many years working, and we're still trying to figure out like why we're behind, is because we're never starting off on the same playing level as they are.
Right, right.
um I can remember when I graduated from undergrad at Old Dominion University. And at graduation, just in talking with other peers, everyone's saying, like, what are you getting for graduation? What are you doing? Most of those people that were graduating, they already had jobs because their parents
Mm-hmm.
either knew someone or owned
Yep.
businesses. When I say that, white people, they already
Mm-hmm.
had jobs. And some of
Yep.
them, they got brand new cars. And if they
Mm-hmm.
were getting homes, they were gifted money to put down on a
Yep.
house. So when that
Exactly.
person comes to work with you, you both could be making, let's say you both making 85,000 a year. You're
Mm-hmm.
in debt because you're still paying student loans. You got
Oh,
to buy that
exactly.
car, and then you got to buy that, try to pay for your housing. So all your money is being spent. Whereas that
Oh,
person is starting off, when they get their $85,000, they have more, you know, income that's not tied up.
yeah.
They
We
don't
do,
have as much
Tanya.
debt. Yeah.
And you know what?
Um,
Here's the craziest things, and this is where ignorance come in on our part. It's so many grants out there that you
It
can
is.
get, but
Yes.
because we simply don't know, we don't get it. Those people get those grants. You should
Right.
start looking for grants when your kid is in like the seventh grade. If you plan
Mhm.
on them going to college, it's a grant for everything,
Yes.
especially for minorities. For
And you
minorities,
have people that write grants. You can
I
find
was about
people
to say,
that help you that
right
to
grant.
write
See,
grants.
they
Yeah.
don't teach those things in school though. See what I mean, Ty? They're
Yeah.
not teaching those things because they don't want us to get ahead. So we, like you said, we are starting behind an eight ball basically. So we need
Right.
to learn how to get ahead. Right now, we should be looking for grants, different type of grants and money. People are getting these PPP, these
Yeah.
EIDL, and all this other stuff and grants, really to if they own business, to start business, however it goes, I don't know. However, they are getting those grants and they need
Yes.
to utilize them wisely and really create a business, and a business that probably is going to thrive. Just don't
Right.
take the money and do the wrong thing with. But I mean, people are having opportunities, but grants are out there. We just don't know how to get them. You just have
Yeah.
to find a master grant writer. All you do but have to write
Yeah.
one master grant. That's all really. My
And
girlfriend,
then
Dr. Cat, is a grant writer.
and you know what? Another thing I was hoping to do as well when I came to YouTube was I really was trying to see how to pull YouTubers together because of the power in numbers that you guys have.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and creating and it's interesting because I was saying this and I was saying this when I came on and then Master P just came out and said this a couple of weeks ago. You guys just made $1 billion with Clubhouse. It's
He
not even
sure
that, it's
did.
brand new for that man.
He sure
When
did.
the type y'all with y'all platforms and the money that you could pull together, you can create your own streaming platform. So
Mm.
you're not always worried about are they going to change the guidelines? Are they
Yeah.
going to take 30% of my money from Google? Are they
Yeah.
going to do this? Create your own streaming platforms. That's what he's saying. If you can
He
make
sure
this guy a
did.
billion that quick, if
Yep.
people could get along, that's what I say. Even if you don't get along with a person, if y'all can at least be like, okay, at the bottom of the day, at the end of the day, the goal is that we're trying to make money. Okay,
Exactly. We trying to
it's
get
a
the
lot of
bag.
white people. They don't like each other, but they come
Oh no.
together. They partner up. They make their money, and they don't have to be best friends. And people don't understand
Exactly.
that there's a
Exactly.
difference. Separate the two. And so I just wish people could understand and be more business minded, and just understand the power in numbers. But unfortunately, I see more division opposed to people saying, how can we click up and
Hmm.
create a black streaming platform? You
Well, you
always should
know
have a
what?
backup plan. You should
What
always
you?
have a backup plan because if YouTube come tomorrow and tell you you got to do this, we're always at their mercy. And that's
Yeah,
why I
I agree.
remember an interview Farrakhan had with, I wanted to say it was Jay-Z. It was somewhere, okay, it was whenever, I can't think of that football player name when he kneeled and,
Kaepernick.
yeah,
Kaepernick.
and they got rid of
Hmm.
him. What Farrakhan was saying is that asking them, we got to stop asking them, meaning asking their permission. So instead of having to go to your football field, how about we build our own stadium?
Man.
How about we create our own stuff so
Yeah.
we can stop having to ask them, as they would say, the white man, you
Hmm.
know,
For
pretty much
permission.
always asking for their permission
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
whatever we do. It's almost like you are putting your life and your
Yep.
generational wealth and everything in some another man's hand. And he's
That's
saying
like,
create it for yourself.
yeah.
And then
That's
you
like
answer to
that's
yourself.
Oops, sorry. That's like that saying, if you can't have a seat at my table, if we can't have a seat at your table, we'll create our own damn table.
Right.
And that's a
Exactly.
mentality. But we have broken people all over the world, especially over in the YouTube world. But we can't focus on them, and that's what I've learned to do. Just keep doing what I do. Keep doing what
Mhm.
I do. Don't focus on the outside noise, the distractions. Just keep coming down here, do what I do. I don't have a lot of people who view me when I talk positive, but it's okay. It's not going to deter me because I believe this, and I believe this wholeheartedly. And I
Mhm.
say it plenty of times. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter how many people you watching, whoever's watching you, the message is for them. It could be just one
Right.
person, two-person, three people. You know what I mean? The message
Right.
is for them. Don't get caught up on views and numbers. Continue to do
Right.
your thing. So if it's something you want to do, and I'm going to say this in closing, if it's something you want to do, don't focus on the past. Just do you, baby. Come down here and do you. People will come. Again, it's not always the messenger, it's the message that I appreciate. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And
Yeah.
everyone can drop gems. We could learn from a lot of people. So please don't focus on that. You're welcome over here. You welcome to share information. Like I said, what information you get about the Forex, you go let us know. You welcome to come over here. Again, don't worry about the past. Let's focus on the future. Okay?
Okay. All
And
right.
I'm just
Have
a
a good
neutral
day.
babe. Hey, I
All
wish
right.
you well. Don't forget, Tanya, about the Forex. Because you was gonna tell us
Okay.
about the Forex. But Miss Monty and I are going to research it. But
Okay.
I really appreciate you coming on. I tend to try to stay away from 2 and 3 and 4 hour lives. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I do
All
want you to come back and share with us about the Forex. But most of all, what I want you to do is focus on you and what you're
right.
doing. Don't worry about the outside noise, okay?
Okay. All
You
right. Have a
good?
good day.
You too.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot, sweetheart. I'm
All
gonna
right.
get
Bye
ready
bye.
to wrap it up. Bye bye. You can't see me, but I can see you. I'm
Okay.
waving bye bye. I'm waving bye bye. Well, see, I think that was some great information. I didn't even know that about the insurance the whole life. You know, I've always known about term, didn't think too much about whole life. I didn't know about the tax write off, the shelters, but she provided some great information. I thoroughly appreciate it. I just don't want to stay on for hours today because I was on for 3 hours and a half. Wait, 3.5 hours last night. And so I'm kind of exhausted. You know, it's my day off, so I want to relax. But that was great information. Remember, this is not always the messenger, is the message that somebody is bringing forth. Whether you like the messenger or not, listen to the message. We have a wealth of information on these YouTube streets that people can provide and share that will help us, that's very beneficial to us. And sometimes we get caught up in the wrong thing, you know, and I don't want to do that. I'm a person that's neutral and want to give everyone a chance until they do something to me. So I don't care about the outside noise and the outside chatter. I learned a lot today just listening to Tanya. And I appreciate her for sharing the panel. Jay Dunn, I appreciate you for dropping it again. I need to go check out one of your lives that Andrea told me to check out. So I need to go hit the replay. As usual, Queen Diva and all those who joined me today, I greatly appreciate you all. Please make sure you hit the like button. And with that being said, you guys, we get ready to get out of here. Let me see if I can find my music. I'm tired today. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I hit the hour mark and I'm tired. Okay, let me see. Can I find my music? Well, you know, I have the hardest time finding my music. So I'm gonna play this one. Because I like this one. Do anyone have anything to say or they wish to share before I get ready to end this live? If you have any questions or you want me to cover a certain topic, please make sure Queen Diva, can you drop my email? Please make sure you email me at Mz.Teavalocity@gmail.com. I think we had an interesting live last night, and this one is interesting as well, very informative. I'm going to go research some of those things myself. Remember what I said. It doesn't take much for you to invest. You don't have to have millions of dollars. $5 to do, $10 to do. Maybe that $1, $2 share may hit 1,000 or hit like Bitcoin and you hit it big. Research and just get ready to take a risk, a small risk that may be very, very rewarding to you. We never know. With that being said, if you see your king's crown crooked, help him straighten it up. If you see your queen's crown crooked, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princes and princesses. They are our joint heirs, our future. My grandchildren are my joint heirs. My great grandchildren are my joint heirs. And I'm trying with all of my being to set them up for generational wealth so they won't have to struggle like I had to struggle, or their parents. Well, their parents do pretty, their parents didn't struggle like I did, but they got it from me. They got it from me and their father. So, but make sure you be a blessing and not a bother. It doesn't take much to bless someone. A simple hello. You look beautiful today. I like that hat. I like your smile. Can I grab that door for you? I'll grab those groceries. I'll purchase that coffee or that McMuffin. Anything. You never know what someone is going to. Be kind. It doesn't take much. With that being said, oh, hello, Dominican woman. 20. Hello. Thanks for joining me. With that being said, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Like I told you, I'm tired. I'm very tired. So, you guys, until I see you again, I'll see you on the flip side. Be safe and be blessed. Sorry, Dominican woman, I'm ending my live, but thanks for dropping by. I don't know why I couldn't see you. I don't know why. But thank you for joining me. Make sure you hit the like button.